I didn't know this movie existed until a couple of days ago. I'll explain. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about The Wandering Earth. It's a Netflix movie. It came out in 2019. It's in Mandarin. It's based on a book. You can watch it in English, but I ended up watching the whole thing in Mandarin, and I was locked in. It was really good. Anyway, I was watching a movie in theaters the other day, and I seen a poster for the sequel to this movie, and I was like, that poster looks really cool. It looks like there's a lot of destruction and everything. I'm all about disaster movies, so I look it up, and I'm like, oh, there is a part one. It's on Netflix. I'm gonna go check it out, and I'm like, this is a cool disaster movie. It's a little different, a lot of moving parts. So let's get into it. And I don't really know any of the characters' names because it's Mandarin. Anyway, the sun is growing out of control. They say in like 100 years it's going to swallow up the Earth. In 300 years it's going to swallow up like the solar system. So yeah, it's a disaster movie. We've seen disaster movies before. They have to come up with things to do. However, this time around, the humans, they come together and they're like, we're going to move the Earth. Different. So they create all of these Earth engines, as they're called, and they put them in all these different areas around the world. And the plan, which is called Project Wandering Earth, is to use all these engines, start moving the Earth, get the Earth close to Jupiter, and allow Jupiter's gravity to basically slingshot the Earth to another solar system. That's their plan. While making the engines, they also make all these underground residencies so people can live and stay because the things on the surface is going to change with the Earth moving around like that. So we get a father and son talking, and the father's an astronaut, and the son is really young, and he's telling the son, like, by the time we see Jupiter like close up, I'll be back. So the astronauts go up and they do like a tour, essentially. It's like 17 to 20 years. They do a tour and then they get to come back to Earth. We flash forward 17 years. The father, it's his last day up at the space station. He's gonna be able to go home. And of course, there's some issues. There's some problems. The son is back on Earth. He lives with the grandfather, and he sneaks out of his underground whatever, and he wants to go on a joyride with his sister for some reason. I don't understand why. The Earth can't leave the solar system without Jupiter's gravity. So they get close to Jupiter, and there's a spike in Jupiter's gravity. So it messes up all the statistics and everything. So Earth will collide with Jupiter unless something is done. The space station people, they're like, well, there's not much we can do up here. Everybody go back in hibernation. We're going to go in low power mode. The father, who is like, yo, this is my last day. I'm supposed to go home. He's like asking so many questions. Where's my son? Where's my dad? Can we save them? Can we get them back into like an underground thing? And the robot that's working with him, I think his name was Moss or whatever. They have a robot on the space station. And he's like telling them, okay, we're going to send them there. We're going to send them there. And he's like, you need to go into hibernation. Everybody else is in hibernation. So they put him in hibernation. On Earth, we have the son, the grandfather, and all these other people he comes across because earthquakes start hitting the Earth because it's too close to Jupiter. And this rescue team finds them, and they're like, we need you because we got to deliver this core to one of the stations to power up the engines so we can have a chance to survive. And it's just a lot of destruction. It's already cold. It's super cold. Everybody has to go out in like thermal suits because it's like negative 84 Celsius or something like that. And things just start falling apart around them as they're trying to deliver this core to have a chance to survive. However, there's more to the story. So the father breaks out of hibernation. I don't know how he did that. And he realizes that the government is essentially abandoning Earth because they calculated that even if they get all the engines on, nothing is going to stop it from colliding. And he just can't live with the fact that, they're leaving Earth. Like they was going to just let Earth die, and whoever's in the space station, they have, when they travel to different places, like, oh, we have all this stuff already saved up to start a new life. And he kind of defies orders, and he wants to help his son. So he starts coming up with things to figure out how to help them. While on Earth, the son he's kind of arrogant little kid. Like he doesn't want to really listen to authority. He always wants to do his own thing. But it comes a time where he has to step up and he has to deliver this core, and he works together with some of the rescue teams, and they try to pull off the impossible. And I know that was a lot, but it's a really cool movie. It's about a little over 2 hours, but it's cool going back and forth between the space station and Earth and seeing how they try to keep Earth moving, through Jupiter's gravity. And again, it's something different in terms of a disaster movie. It's not just like, oh, tidal waves are hitting Earth and we just got to survive. It's like, no, we have to literally move the Earth to a different solar system. So I hurry up and watched it. I enjoyed it, and I'm gonna go check out the sequel, and then I'll, post something about that. But if you've seen The Wandering Earth, let me know what you thought about it, and how come you didn't let me know this came out in 2019? I love disaster movies. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Deuces.